What's up guys, Gemma here and back again for another video. So this video is going to be about the Nintendo Switch, and it is going to be a direct video response to Metal Jesus' video that he put out a couple of days ago, whereby he talked about some titles, his dream titles that he wants to see on the Nintendo Switch. And I thought that was a great video concept, and he made some valid points around kind of bringing F-Zero back, bringing Earthbound back to the system, you know, really nice staple titles that we've seen on previous consoles that just hold true in our beautiful gaming worlds. Now, I have my own list, and I also want to know from you good people what you would like to see, and don't let your imagination kind of hold you back here, because let's be honest, some of these, what I'm going to talk about, probably will never happen, but it's just something that I'm kind of talking from the nostalgic heart here, and I would love nothing more than to see some of these titles on the Nintendo Switch, which actually comes out next week. Is it next week or the week after? The week after next, and I'm super, in fact 2 weeks today. As I film it, it is 2 weeks today. It is now Saturday as we're watching this, so it is going to be pretty darn awesome. So let's have some fun. Drop a like, make sure you guys subscribe, watch the video and leave your comment below. Guys, these are the titles I would love to see on the Nintendo Switch. So first up then is a classic Super Nintendo title, and it is right here. It is Zombies, or Zombies Ate My Neighbors as it is in North America. Now, we got a sequel, which again is right here. It is Ghoul Patrol, and it was very, very weak, but I would love to see not a top-down or third person, so not first person, because I think if we had a first person Zombies, it would be very much like what we've already got, you know, with the Left 4 Dead franchise or the Dying Light franchise. So I would like either something that is third person or top down as it is on the Super Nintendo. Now, I would love to see all of the exact same zombies that you see in the original game, just the crazy weapons like the Coke cans that you throw, you know, all of the same neighbours, because each level you won't rescue your neighbours and they're all the exact same neighbours. Like, you've got the guy in the pool drinking his margarita or whatever it is. I would love to see that with the Nintendo Switch graphics. I think that would be absolutely like so much fun. And to be honest, I'm pretty surprised that we didn't see any more after Ghoul Patrol. Say like on the N64, you know, or the Wii or the Wii U. I mean, we've had a few Nintendo consoles since that came out, so I would like to see a bit of a reboot with the Zombies slash brackets rather Ate My Neighbors game. Next up then is a nice side-scrolling beat-em-up, a trilogy franchise, the Super Nintendo's answer to Streets of Rage, Final Fight. Now, I would like to actually see this as a 3D game. I would like to see it so as a third-person 3D game. If you think of something like Fighting Force on the PlayStation 1, something to that effect. Now, again, what would be magical about it is just to see all the same enemies with all the same names, like, you know, with additional ones on top, but to have, you know, your foot in the original Final Fight franchise, because I found sometimes when games do come out on later consoles, they completely lose the ethos of what made them great back in the day. So I think it would be important for the games I'd like to see to have just that, you know, 1.5 feet in its original route. So I definitely like to see a 3D Final Fight. We know, because I covered it in an old playlist, Games We Never Knew, we know that there was a 3D Streets of Rage being made, and that got canned. But I would love Nintendo to let us have Final Fight 3D. Okay, I'm not a huge fan of racers, except for your kind of Mario Karts, your quirky Mario Karts. But back in the day, I really did enjoy Ridge Racer, which later kind of evolved into Rage Racer, and that is a game I would like to see on the Switch. Now, what I found, you've got that kind of Ridge Racer and Ridge Racer Revolution, which had that kind of classic, vibrant arcade feel. And then from, you know, it evolved Rage Racer, and it got a little bit more serious, and I still enjoyed the franchise, but I much prefer the vibrancy of Ridge Racer, excuse me, and Ridge Racer Revolution. So, I would like to see, if I can stop coughing, a Ridge Racer on the Switch that is right back to that nice colour popping vibrancy of what would, you know, you would imagine a 90s arcade racer to be, really kind of early 90s. I would love to see that, I really, really would. You know, kind of like the crazy music, you know, that kind of weird techno, whatever it was, drum and bass kind of music. You know, the same cars, the same feel. Well, not the same feel, because you know, we're going to be on the Switch, a lot more power than what we had on the PlayStation 1. But I'd love to see the Ridge Racer, you know, and I know it's not a Nintendo IP. I know that. What I'm saying here is imagination. It doesn't really matter in this. These are just games that we could just really, really hope for. So I'd love to see Ridge Racer. What racers would you like to see? I know that we've already got Mario Kart 8 Deluxe coming. That's slightly different, I think, than to what you would class as a typical racer. But what would you like to see? If you could, would it be like a Gran Turismo? You know, would it be an F1 game? What would it be? Don't forget, guys, smash them comments below. Back in the late 90s, when I lived with my grandmother, I bought a second-hand copy of Diddy Kong Racing, which is in my collection down here. And I wasn't expecting much as a devout fan of Mario Kart, but oh my goodness, it is an awesome game, and I was hooked back then. And I would love Nintendo. We know then it was a Rare game, it was made by Rare. But I would love a sequel to Diddy Kong Racing. Now, I think one of the final games I covered in Games We Never Knew was Donkey Kong Racing. There was actually a planned sequel, and we got as far as a trailer with that particular game, and then it was canned. I don't remember why, but something down the Diddy Kong Racing franchise would be magnificent, because Mario Kart dominates it, and it's a fun game and it's great, but I think we've become too familiar. And I think there's a lot of Mario Kart games out there now, and I think something to that, you know, something slightly off that genre, you know, Diddy Kong Racing, I think would help to ground kart racing games, and just take our eye off Mario Kart just that little bit. I love Mario Kart, don't get me wrong, but Diddy Kong Racing was a ton of fun. You know, kind of like have some 4-player craziness, all different vehicles, like flying vehicles. You know, you've got the hovercrafts, and then the standard carts. I just, you know what, that would be mint. Again, very vibrant game. I'd like to see lots of vibrancy on the Switch. So come on, let's have Diddy Kong Racing or something like that from that franchise on the Switch. Okay, another game. 3 Vikings on the Super Nintendo. Each with different abilities, all working together to get from this part of the level to the very end part of the level. In between, guys, we've got the Lost Vikings. Ton of fun. It is up here, it is right there. And again, that would be something that I would just love to see as a 2D platformer. So nothing, I think if we kind of took something like Lost Vikings and turned it all 3D, it would get a little bit over encumbering and my mind would probably explode. So I think we need to stick with the 2D roots with something like Lost Vikings. And I know there's a lot of fans of Lost Vikings out there. I know a lot of you guys have mentioned it to me in the past in tweets and on my Facebook group that you really did enjoy it. Great game, pretty pricey actually on the Super Nintendo, but I'd love to see that make a comeback. You know, it's quite a humorous game as well. There's lots of humour in it, and the banter between the 3 of them, you know, really made me smile as a kid. It makes me smile as an adult, so that would be something that would be cool. And I think it's pretty family friendly as well, so I think the Switch and Nintendo's ethos, you know, family gaming, I think that is something you could enjoy. And you know, it's just a ton of fun, and I think it'd be great couch co-op as well. You know, I think there could be some, you know, bringing in some couch co-op with the Lost Vikings. So there we go. They are probably when I was planning this video, I couldn't really think of anything else that came to mind we could probably hash this conversation out all day. There's a million franchises, there's a million, you know, loads of games, loads of things we could say, I want to see that on the Switch. But given my choice, those games would be my choices. So let me know, again, what your thoughts are in the comment section below, guys. I really appreciate the support. A lot of you as well have actually cancelled your pre-orders. I've seen some people that have been down to events and decided that the Switch isn't going to be for them. That's absolutely great, that's absolutely fine, but I'm really looking forward to it. I've pre-ordered again the Zelda game, the Breath of the Wild, with the 2 Joy-Cons, the blue and the red, I think then, so not the grey Joy-Cons, the blue and the red packs. I'm super stoked. I've taken some days off work either side of the launch, so it's going to be epic. You can expect a midnight opening video, so keep an eye out for that, guys. So yeah, beautiful retro games. We'd like to see plenty of them on the Switch. Let me know, tweet me, everything will be on screen now with social media. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for stuff that is upcoming. I'm excited. My name's Gemma, have a beautiful day, take care, see you soon.